You are listening to Inspired Caring with Michelle Magner, episode number 111. Hello, welcome to Inspired Caring. I'm your host, Michelle Magner. If you are caring for an older family member, this is the podcast for you. Each week, I bring insight, tips, inspiration, and strategies to help you care for the people that you love without losing yourself along the way. Having cared for both of my grandmothers, I've helped manage everything from hospital stays, households full of belongings, to navigating senior living and end-of-life care. And I've worked in senior living as a result of that experience, serving my residents and their families as they've been on this journey too. Thank you for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Inspired Caring. Hello. It is back to school time. I feel like our kids are super prepared and varying degrees of ready. I'll tell you, there's something I have noticed in my life. There are certain things we are just never ready for, no matter how much we feel like we have prepared. For me, I love a list and a plan. I love checking boxes. I love scratching line items off of a list and figuring out what is it that I need to do to feel ready for something. For me, that is the difference between being prepared and being ready. That with preparation, we are looking ahead to what's the stuff that we need, or how can I visualize an outcome. It's the work on the front end. Ready for me actually has a sense of completion before the thing has ever even occurred. So there's an idea in my mind that with enough preparation, hopefully I can generate the feeling that I want, or the desire, fulfill that desire that I need to feel like I'm ready. So for me, dinner has been prepared, it's ready. And with the kids and back to school, Tessa is going back to college in South Dakota. She's been living in Custer State Park all summer, living her best life. It's been amazing. And she's moving into a house with a couple roommates. So Todd and I took a U-Haul of stuff up to the house to move in for her. So when she returns back to school, it will all just be there. So she has her bed set up and a couch and some kitchen items. So definitely prepared. And she's excited to get settled in for school and school to start. She feels ready. Maya is a freshman and going to school in Kansas. And we have had this growing pile of stuff mounding in our front room. We have been to campus several times. She's filled out forms, enrolled, we've really done the best that we can to prepare. We went down to orientation. It was so good. And she is feeling ready to go. And I think even with all of this preparation, I am not quite ready for the energy shift in the house of not having her here. I don't know if there's much I can do to prepare for that, to have your child fly the coop, leave the nest. Our son Logan is a sophomore in high school, and today is his first day. So his school supplies are purchased, backpack, lunch ready to go. He made his lunch last night. We've walked his schedule in the building a couple of times, and he's been up there all summer for band camp, or not band camp, but marching band. So he is very, very much so prepared and not ready. He would take another month of summer, I think, if he could. But I've just been thinking about prepared and ready in terms of family caregiving. And there are so many chapters with a lot of twists and turns, and it can just leave us feeling pretty dizzy. There's a lot of nuances. And there are times and pieces here where we can get prepared to best set ourselves up for success. And then there are other times when no matter how much we prepare, we're just not ready. I was sitting with a family member whose husband was dying And she looked at me and said, I'm not ready for this. And like, we both knew it had nothing to do with check boxes and legal paperwork or finances. It was about losing the love of her life. I mean, there's no way to prepare for that. When my father-in-law was diagnosed with cancer, I would find myself spontaneously just bawling throughout the day. And we were so lucky to have a chaplain on staff at my building. And one of our conversations, he said, I was trying to pre-grieve. It was a way for my mind to protect itself from the reality that he was going to die. But the truth was that the grief of losing this person I love was going to be unavoidable. Like, I could never prepare or truly be ready for it. And I was this week speaking with a woman who has been reluctant to make a phone call to get some information about senior living options in the area. And she said, I'm just not ready. And we talked about this is just like the first baby step, getting information. The reason she was saying I'm not ready is her mind was wanting to time travel and jump ahead and leap to, I mean, she's looking around her kitchen, dealing with all of her stuff and actual moving day, and she can't wrap her head around it. I just really encouraged her that starting to gather information is so important. You do want to have a sense, especially when it comes to senior living, about feeling like you've done some legwork on the front end and you're a little bit prepared. Because after years of being a family caregiver and then working with hundreds of families in senior living, the reality is, like, there's just a few paths to take here. One is that the person is actually getting the information they need and making a decision in a timely manner, or at least having it on hand. So if something goes down, then they have an idea or sense of what their next step would be. More often than not, people end up in the hospital and it's a social worker standing in front of them saying, you can't go home. Like, you need too much help. And if someone hasn't done some legwork and preparation on the front end, it really leaves you scrambling, trying to figure out where you're going to go, put you under the gun. Sometimes another scenario is maybe someone will have family members who are doing the legwork behind the scenes. That's probably you, since you're listening. But so when it comes time to make a decision, at least the information is at their fingertips. But thinking about just your own life, like, where are you working to be prepared for something? And what does it take to have a sense of feeling ready? And in my life, preparing for something may or may not help in having that ultimate feeling of ready, right? Like the big shift in the family with taking our daughter to college. But it does help me feel better. Like, I have more control over what sometimes feels like a very uncontrollable situation. I have a sense of peace. I have thoughts that I'm producing that I really have done due diligence and I've done the best that I can. Oh my gosh, I love that Microsoft To-Do app, because when you check the little box, it marks a line through the item and drops it down to the bottom of the list. I love a list and a plan, and something like that definitely with preparation fills that bucket. And, doing some legwork on the front end, it helps us discover options and gives us choices. What color sheets do you want for your bed, right? Versus just scrambling and whatever is available is available. That helps us find what's going to be the best fit. It helps keep us out of an emergency, heat of the moment situation, decision, which some people thrive in that space, right? That's how their brain operates. They need that heat of the moment to operate their best. I mean, the reality is whether we're prepared or not, ready or not, here we come. Like, there's still certain things that we're going to have to do regardless. We're going to have to get up. We're going to have to take the step. We're going to have to do the thing, make the move, say goodbye. So just for your own self, I just invite you to consider in the past, like, what have you prepared for that has helped you feel more ready for something? And what have you done, even if you didn't feel like you were ready? And give yourself some credit and acknowledgement that you were able to still do it regardless. I'm excited as the kids kick off their school year. I'm kicking off my school year too. I'm taking a class this semester, research studies and statistics for my gerontology program. And I'm ready. I feel ready. I'm excited to get back into the swing of the session. It's online, so I don't have to drive down to campus, which is a bonus. I do like being in community with people. It is nice to be in a classroom. So anyway, I hope that, I don't know, hopefully this gave you some thought, something to chew on, think about, being prepared versus being ready, and really acknowledging that whether you prepare or not, you're going to end up having to do something at some point. And I love the feeling that I've at least done due diligence on the front end to feel like I'm a little bit more prepared. I love you, and I see you, and I hope you have a really great week. Hey, I am so excited to share with you that I am releasing Illuminating Senior Living, which is an informational video series around senior living. It talks about when is it time to move, what you should be looking for, how to make the decision, all the levels of care. I outline them in the videos, and then what the experts want you to know, how to have those hard conversations and what common objections are from people, and how to navigate those. I'm very, very excited. This is available for only $57 through September 14th. And you will get a link to the video series September 15th. And after that, it'll go back up to $99. But I wanted to make sure that you knew about it first.